Captain Elena Vasquez pressed her palm against the cold alien metal, feeling the vibrations of barely contained power coursing through the hull. 3 years had passed since the Zephyrian fleet had retreated from Earth's orbit, leaving behind what their sensors had classified as irreparable debris. They had been catastrophically wrong. Status report. Commander Chen, Elena called out, her voice echoing through the cavernous bridge of what was once the Zephyrian dreadnought Void Render. All systems green, Captain, Chen replied from his position at the hybrid control station. A bizarre fusion of sleek alien interfaces and crude human modifications. The quantum engines are holding steady at 92% efficiency. Dr. Kowalski's latest adjustments to the plasma conduits have eliminated the power fluctuations entirely. Elena nodded, suppressing a smile. The Zephyrians had abandoned their flagship after a critical failure in its central processing matrix. A failure so complete that their advanced AI systems had declared the vessel beyond salvage. What they hadn't counted on was humanity's most defining characteristic, the stubborn refusal to accept the impossible. Sir, Lieutenant Rodriguez called from the communications array. We're receiving a priority transmission from Earth Command. The hegemony fleet has been detected at the edge of the Kepler system. The bridge fell silent. The hegemony, a coalition of 12 alien species that had dominated this sector of the galaxy for millennia. They had come to finish what the Zephyrians had started, to claim Earth as another tributary world in their vast empire. How long until they reach Earth? Elena asked. 48 hours at their current velocity. Captain, Elena turned to face her crew, a mixture of former military personnel, civilian engineers, and scientists who had spent 3 years performing what the galaxy considered miracles. They had taken a ship designed by minds that thought in base 16 mathematics and quantum probability clouds, and somehow made it comprehensible to human brains that evolved to track prey across African savannas. Dr. Reyes, Elena called to the chief engineer. What's our maximum sustainable speed? The elderly physicist looked up from her tablet, her eyes gleaming with barely contained excitement. With the modifications we've made to the gravitic displacement field, we can achieve speeds that would make the original Zephyrian crew soil themselves, Captain. The aliens built this ship with safety margins that we've creatively interpreted, meaning we can reach the hegemony fleet in 36 hours, well before they enter Earth's defensive perimeter. Elena felt the familiar surge of adrenaline that had carried humanity from the trees to the stars. Then we intercept them. All hands prepare for departure. As the Void Render powered up its engines, Elena reflected on the journey that had brought them here. The Zephyrians had built their ship as a masterpiece of efficiency and automation, designed to function with minimal crew input. They had never imagined a species that would tear apart their elegant systems and rebuild them with duct tape, prayer, and an unhealthy disregard for manufacturer recommendations. Where the original ship had relied on quantum processors that operated in 17 dimensions, humanity had installed banks of modified gaming computers, linked together with algorithms written in languages that shouldn't have worked but somehow did. Where the Zephyrians had used precision-manufactured components that could only be replaced at specialized facilities, humans had jury-rigged solutions using parts from automobiles, dishwashers, and, in one memorable case, a discarded saxophone. Jump point calculated, Captain, Chen announced. Ready on your command. Engage. Space folded around them like origami made of starlight, and the Void Render hurtled through dimensions that had no names in any human language. When they emerged at the edge of the Kepler system, they found themselves face to face with a sight that had terrorized civilizations for 10,000 years, the hegemony war fleet. 300 ships hung in the void like metallic predators, their hulls gleaming with the accumulated technology of a dozen conquered species. Each vessel was a testament to the hegemony's philosophy. Overwhelming force applied with clinical precision. They're hailing us, Rodriguez reported, his voice tight with tension. On screen, the view screen shimmered, revealing the reptilian features of a hegemony admiral. Its scales were marked with scars that spoke of countless victories, and its eyes held the cold confidence of a predator that had never known defeat. Unknown vessel, the admiral hissed. You will withdraw immediately or be destroyed. This system is now under hegemony jurisdiction. Elena stepped forward, her posture radiating the easy confidence of someone who had spent 3 years proving experts wrong. This is Captain Elena Vasquez of the Terran vessel Defiance. You are trespassing in human space. Turn around and leave or discover why the Zephyrians ran. The Admiral's laugh was like gravel in a cement mixer. The Zephyrians were weak, consumed by their own arrogance. You cannot hope to stand against the combined might of... Elena cut the transmission and turned to her weapons officer. Mr. Patterson, target their flagship. Let's show them what human ingenuity looks like. The Void Render, now rechristened Defiance, unleashed hell. But this wasn't the refined, surgical destruction the Zephyrians had intended. This was human warfare, brutal, creative, and utterly unpredictable. Plasma cannons that had been modified to fire in staccato bursts instead of sustained beams tore through shields designed to deflect coherent energy. Missile pods jury-rigged with human, nuclear warheads delivered payloads that made hegemony armor buckle and melt, and at the heart of it all was the ship's AI, not the quantum consciousness the Zephyrians had built, but something far more dangerous. Human intuition encoded in silicon and fury. It learned, adapted, and evolved with each passing second, turning the hegemony's own tactical data against them. Within an hour, the invincible hegemony fleet was in full retreat, leaving behind 17 destroyed vessels and a galaxy-shaking realization. Humanity had not just survived first contact, they had weaponized it. As the Defiance limped home on engines held together by human stubbornness and alien tears, Elena allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. The aliens had given them a broken warship, thinking it worthless. They had given humanity its first taste of the stars, and humanity was hungry for more.